As a brand professional and designer, I'm always thinking about what is style. Oftentimes, I find myself educating on that style is so much more than simply just our look and our design. So, what is style, and how can you use your natal chart to tap into your own star powered style that leaves your mark? Welcome to Star Powered Astrology for Changemakers. I'm Leslie Tagorda, your guide, a Hawaii born Filipino Jewish astrologer who loves navigating visionaries like you through the spiritual journey of your work so that you can be inspired to lead by your chart and become the luminary leader you were born to be. Welcome back, Luminary. It's Leslie Tagorda, and today I'm so excited to share about star powered style with you. Now, I've been a brand designer and I started out as a web designer back in 2004. Yes, it's been so long. I was really interested in creating these beautiful websites. And before I even knew my astrology chart, I was trying to figure out how we can best present our own identities through our website. Like I had started back in the dot com in San Francisco, like probably some by the time like when some of you were born, I was already learning how to design websites like from scratch, like from HTML, because I was an instructional designer and trainer, meaning I was delivering training online. Like this is like trailblazing kind of stuff. And so, because we were delivering training online, specifically how to teach people how to do tech support for Palm Pilots, these are like precursors of iPhones. I actually still have like my old Palm Pilot circa 1999. I freaking loved that little piece of technology. It looked like a card. It had like this black and white screen that you could like play games, but it also had you could sync in your calendar, you could sync all of these things. Like I've always loved technology. Um, but I worked for a company where we were delivering training on how to provide tech support via email. Okay, long story. I know. I'm getting to the point, I promise. And in order to deliver our training, because our other team was halfway across the world, like literally in India, I was in San Francisco. The only way to deliver at this time, we didn't have Zoom, we didn't have video meetups, we had a lot of emails, we had a lot of AOL Messenger, and we had web pages. So here I was designing web pages simply to transfer and cross pollinate information. Hello, Gemini Rising. But later on, when I decided to go off on my own business to design websites, I was mostly designing websites for small businesses like myself, for photographers, for real estate agents, for designers and architects and general contractors, all of the like the wonderful small businesses that drive the economy in San Francisco. And so, as I was designing these websites, of course, a website is like a full culmination of a brand. What you do, how you talk about it, the photos that you put up, the information that you share. I really had to take a deep dive into branding and really understand how to differentiate one architect from another architect, one general contractor from another general contractor. And that's how my entryway into branding was really formed. And so, back in the day when I was doing design for these brands, we'd go through all of these different kinds of worksheets to discern the colors that we were going to choose, the style that we were going to choose, the fonts that we were going to choose. Oh my gosh, these projects took forever because what I found out was that we were just simply guessing on all of these different looks. Like, well, the red color is the color of power, but this company has red. And we just absolutely didn't know. So we would always kind of choose the colors and the looks and the styles of what was ever in, like whatever was trending at the time, whatever was expected for that type of business. And you know what? More often than not, while the businesses were still going along, we rarely left an impression or left our mark. What I wish I had known back in the early 2000s and even into the 2010s, as my business was still growing and evolving, that style is and branding is so much more than just the font you choose, the colors you choose, the trends that you choose. Style is what is able to leave your mark. Style is more than just your look, right? When I think about what style is more than just your look. It's your one of a kind, distinctive appearance and way of doing things that allows you to make your mark. And of course, Coco Chanel, the one and only visionary, innovative designer who brought professional and comfortable clothing to working women all the way back when, says, fashion fades, only style remains the same. What that really means is that with all of the trends, whether we're wearing skinny jeans or bootcut jeans or flare jeans, right? It doesn't matter what the bottom of your pants belt looks like. What is that style of that wearer that just really emanates and leaves their mark? So yes, your brand, and of course, when I say brand, I'm just specifically talking about your brand visuals, need to transcend those trends. And they need to reflect the most visible keys in your natal chart. But, okay, looks and your visuals and your identity are not your brand. Okay, this is the other thing that I find myself educating and explaining a lot to most of my clients that say, hey, I need a new brand. Because when I hear, hey, I need a new brand, I know what they're saying is like, I need a logo. But I know what they mean is that something intrinsically has changed inside of me, and I don't know how to express it unless I have a new look. But what is really important to understand is that what is that intrinsic shift in your energy, in your purpose, in your desires that need to come through in your style that needs to make its mark. So, as I've been kind of putting together this, trying to differentiate exactly what is a style, to me, your star powered style is a blend of your visual identity. Of course, like we all have to have a look, and it doesn't need to be matchy matchy. Okay. I know that people spend a lot of time curating your Instagram feeds and like having this super cohesive, consistent look. Sometimes, depending on your natal chart, that can work. But Gemini rising here, who loves variation, say, nope, I'm not going to like stick to one style. And my eccentricity is my style. Get it? And then, of course, as we've been exploring with Lizzo's natal chart and her own creative style, it's your creative process, that signature method that's also written in your stars that needs to come through that gives you your way of doing things, right? You know, I go through Instagram and I follow other astrologers and I follow other designers, and the ones that are most successful, they're not even like, they don't often have to even be beautiful, but they have this certain way of not, I hate to say the word consistently showing up because I know how that can be so a trap for so many of us, like posting every day, posting every other day, putting on a like consistent schedule and da 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 da. Trap. Okay. What I mean by a consistent process is that they're showing up very similarly each time that leaves their impression that is able then to leave their mark. Then, from star powered, from your process, you create your signature method. You come across naming and ways of calling your process and calling your offers that create your overall intellectual property, which in this day and age, and as more AIs come online and as more people start just regurgitating things over and over again, your intellectual property is going to be the number one thing that you can use to build equity and value in your business. So when I'm thinking about style, okay, this is, yes, your visual identity, that's part of your brand, but not just your brand, right? We know that from the Astro Brand method, I talk about your brand as your position, meaning what do you do that differentiates you from everybody else in your field? Who do you serve? How do you do it? And why do you do it, right? The what, why, how, and for whom. That's your position. Then your voice is your brand vibe and your personality, your statements like your vision statement, your purpose statement, your mission statement, your promise, your values, all of that communication and messaging that needs to come through in your particular vibe and personality. Again, both position and voice, you hear there's elements, they're feeding into that style. And then lastly, the style, including your visual identity, what you look like, your colors, your font families that you choose, the symbolism, the compositions of your photography, all of those things. And then the creative process that informs your signature methods and your intellectual property. Of course, putting all of this together on a website. So I hope you followed me from like A to B. I kind of like went on the scenic route, but I think you get my point. When I asked that question at the beginning, what is style? To me, your style, your authentic style, right? Your one of a kind style, your fingerprints, your natal chart, there is no one else like you. Your style makes you feel authentic. Not like you're trying too hard wearing those uncomfortable heels, unless you absolutely love heels and love to strut your stuff, right? I used to be that way, not that way anymore. Your style is what makes you stand out in your own way, not stand out to be singled out, but stand out so that you feel alive, that you feel like you are making your mark. And of course, similar to standing out, this now makes you feel memorable. It leaves on an impression, a good impression on your people in all of the best ways. So your style makes you feel authentic, allows you to stand out to make your mark, and allows you to leave a memorable impression. And of course, instead of just guessing on your demographics and like using just data, which, yeah, it can work. It just takes a lot longer. You can tap into your astrology chart and find those astrological keys unique to you that you need to attune into, amplify, and then use it to attract so that you can truly leave your mark. So I left a couple of episodes back in 2021, really outlining, if you're interested in just like how to craft your visual identity. An episode that I left that was published in May of 2021, episode 77, creating an aligned visual brand using astrology. There, I shared who are the people that really need to start off with a logo in order to start their business. Let me remind you, it is not everybody. There will be people, of course, brand designers, and I'm a brand designer, but I am absolutely honest. If people have some money to invest in their business and they ask me, hey, should I design a logo first? I will look at their chart and see if they have these keys that say, yes, you need a good look to get started. But not everybody needs that. So if you want to check out, my episode creating an aligned visual brand using astrology, head back to episode 77, released on May 12th, and that'll kind of give you kind of a head start on this part of Star Powered Style. Then later that year in October for episode 121, I dropped another episode creating aligned design and visual identities using astrology, where I shared my exact design process and showcased 6 of my Do For You logo and brand design projects with some of my most favorite amazing soul aligned customers. So the reason why I'm dropping episode 77 and 121 into your ears, if you're curious about aligned design, is because we are coming across our final days. The 30th on Friday is when doors close to Star Powered Circle quarter 3. Now, why am I talking about style already? So in the way that I have my star powered circle, and if you don't know, it's the community that I have. We started in the very beginning of the year, and each quarter I drop a 4-week intensive, meaning for 4 weeks we explore very deeply the different astrology keys in your brand that need to come out so that you can attune and amplify and attract. And so in quarter 1, we did celestial cycles. In quarter 2, we did star powered voice. And in quarter 3, we are building on top of what we've learned and now going into star powered style. And I only open the doors at the very beginning of the quarter. So the next opening is not until after Star Powered Style. So if you are interested in creating your visual identity and really honing into your signature method, then this is your chance to join Star Powered Circle for July, August, and September, so that you can take in Libra season star powered style. Because, of course, we're doing star powered style in September. Star powered style is the third volume that completes my entire Astro brand method: star powered position, star powered voice, and star powered style. It is my complete body of work. I can't believe I finally am putting all of this into the world. You have no idea how amazing this makes me feel, and how I'm so excited to teach this method to more people so that we can spread and spark interest in astrology in this really practical and pragmatic way to evolve and amplify and grow our businesses. So if you are interested, you have until midnight Pacific, Friday the 30th, June 30th, I think that's tomorrow, to sign up for Star Powered Circle and get access to Star Powered Style that comes in September for Libra season. Now, July and August, there is a lot to do in Star Powered Circle before we hit Star Powered Style. Because if you don't have your brand positioning totally set and crystallized for this moment in time, clear on what you do, that your superpower that differentiates you from everybody else, and who you serve, and your unique leadership style, then you're not going to be able to create your star powered style on a grounded, steady foundation. Star powered position and written in the stars, how to read your natal chart for business, are requirements to understand fully before you take star powered style. So July and August, for your summer fun, picking up new passion projects, you get to go through those courses, ask your questions in the community, and get really grounded in your brand positioning so that you are ready to jump forth and take star powered style in September. Also in the circle, of course, we have our new moon ceremonies. We will have retrograde classes, which in July and August, in July we have our Venus retrograde, and in August we have our Mercury retrograde. So there's a lot of other opportunities to meet with me instead of in addition to those new moon ceremonies. And each month we have star hours, which are so fun and can sometimes last up to 3 hours. It's amazing when you are in a community of people, like-minded people that absolutely love astrology. We just cannot get enough. So in star hours, people ask their business and astrology questions. I do these hot seat mini readings, and I really do my best to answer each one of your questions. I really feel committed to that and do my best to answer them in a timely fashion, especially for those of us that live on the East Coast or live in Europe and beyond, where star hours are at 2 p.m. Pacific, where that can get a little bit late for those of us in Europe. But we make it happen, all right? This is absolutely an international community, and it is a community of all likes and styles and industries. The thing that we have in common is that we all love astrology. We all love spirituality, and we are all here to make a change in the world. There is no template, there's no mold that we fit in. So as we are trailblazing and finding our own ways, we have each other to lean on when things get interesting, as life does. So if you are interested in answering that question for yourself, what is style? And how can I tap into my astrology to bring out the most visible archetypes that need to be attuned, amplified, so that I can attract what is mine? If this is you wanting to leave your mark, then this is your sign to join Star Powered Circle for Q3, July, August, and September. So head on over to starpowered.com/circle. Make sure you do it before midnight or 11:59 p.m. Pacific on June 30th, and you'll get access right away on July 1st to the astrology library, to the community, and just it would be so amazing. I cannot wait to work with you. I just love the community so much. So I hope that you feel clear that your style is so much more than just your look. It is what allows you to make your mark that transcends trends, that transcends fashions, that is absolutely 100% you. All right, my friend, if this is a full body yes, let me know. I can't wait to see you in Star Powered Circle. The next episode that will drop, I'll be sharing July's business starcast, as well as an amazing and powerful release ritual for this Capricorn full moon. Time to break free of those chains of oppression. All right, my friend, I'll talk to you soon.
As a human design projector, my energy shines more brightly because of people like you who share my work. If you enjoy this podcast and want to help build a movement of innovative astrology and leadership and spark the intuitive revolution, please rate and review this podcast on Apple Podcasts, or better yet, share this podcast with your change-making besties. We will all shine brighter together as we create the future we want to see.